Hi, I'm Marybeth Van Horn. Welcome to Nurse Chats. Today, let's talk about supplements. You know, when I was a little girl, my dad came home one day with a big health agenda for our family. And my brothers and sisters might be able to tell you more than I remember, but what I do remember is that all of a sudden we were taking something called blackstrap molasses, and that we had a tablespoon of that every day. Then we were taking wheat germ in our cereal, which I hated. And I wasn't real happy about the whole supplement thing, but I do remember that. So it stuck with me, right? So my dad initiated that for me in my life. And next thing I know, when I went off to nursing school, we had a terrible diet as young girls there. And most of us were girls. Well, all of us were girls except for one boy in our class in those days. But we would have literally the worst diet ever, and then we'd be taking vitamins because we read about every condition known to man, and we were sure we had it in nursing school. So the entire time we were like, oh my God, I think I have that. I have all those symptoms. That was the constant talk in our dormitory. So remember. So anyway, supplementation started then. It stuck with me. Why do we take supplements? The name implies that we're supplementing our nutrition, right? So some supplements are mandated because somewhere along the line the government determined that Americans weren't getting enough of a certain nutrient, so it was vitamin D was added to milk, or certain things that have been just part of our American diet that we don't even think that much about on a daily basis because we didn't choose those supplements, they're just added. But as far as what we decide when we go into a grocery store or look at a magazine, I've always said this: a grocery store shelf and a magazine don't know you. So you know you. And if something is not right, maybe it would be a good idea to ask your doctor. A lot of doctors are today very much more versed in supplementation and natural medicines, but my experience along the way was that I had to go to a naturopath or somebody who dealt with natural medicine, herbalist, whoever, and I have done that. And when I went to those people, they did something called kinesiology, and in the world of natural medicine, that's a valid and a very, very accurate way of determining if a body needs a certain thing, nutrient. Let's talk about just nutrients. So if you're holding a nutrient, and certain oils and things are different as well. So, but if you're holding a nutrient and you test positive, like in the old days, they used to take your arm and push it down. You'd hold your arm out and you'd hold the substance, and when your arm went down, that meant that substance wasn't good for you. Your body showed a weakness and didn't like that substance. If your body was strong and held up, and then that meant you were supposed to have that supplement. And then how many? They can actually get down to the amount of the supplement you should take: 1, 2, 3 tablets, whatever. And they keep testing until the body resonates to that substance. Today, I'm sure people still do it that way, but today we have kinesiologists who have a body scan, and they can test numerous things at one time. They can test all your systems at one time, and they can put the supplement or the nutrient into their machine, have you hold a sensor, and they can determine how many of that substance you should be taking. I mean, that's very accurate, and most people are unfamiliar with that kind of medicine and that kind of availability of medicine. But I will tell you that it's accurate. And if you ever have it in your budget to go to one of the people that are excellent in what they do and have to have, I would say a lot of experience in doing that, and if they're good at it, then I would seek that out even once. Why not? One time, go to someone and see if what you're taking is good for your body, and let them test you. But with regard to supplements in general, it's probably better to get a good supplement from a reputable brand and redo your research as opposed to just what's the cheapest. Because what's the cheapest may or may not have laboratories that are up to par, if you will, with regard to their practices. Even the best laboratories at times, have had things that have been recalled because of some glitch in their system on a given day. But that doesn't mean they're a bad laboratory. It just means that they had a glitch, and they have to correct that. But basically, just buying anything off a shelf or out of a magazine, you're taking your chances. A couple of tips on that. If it doesn't make you feel well, obviously it's not good for you. And if it's causing side effects like a medication, supplements have to be treated as like taking a medication, just like, nutrition is like a medicine to your body. It's going to have an effect. So if the effect is negative, that might not be such a great supplement for you. Generally, we've been talking this week a lot on the news about vitamin C and its benefits with regard to COVID-19, but vitamin C has other benefits for the heart and a variety of things. It's kind of a universal healer. But is it right for you? How much is right for you? And those are important questions to ask. I mean, we don't need to take supplements just to take them. I think that it's wise to, if you wanted to do, I'm trying to think, if you wanted to do a self-test on yourself to see if something's good for you, other than if you get side effects, don't take it. Or if it makes you feel great, yeah, you're probably on the right track. If you get used to it, or your body seems to not be responding over time, do you need more of it? Do you need to take a break from it? I mean, those are all things that you can experiment with, and that's that experimental approach, which probably a ton of Americans utilize. But that approach, I think, is valid. I think you just have to be aware. So here's the other thing. How many supplements do we have on our shelf that we never take? That's a waste of money. And here it is. Oh, it sounded great that day because that magazine article said it was great, and it's been sitting on my shelf now for months and months. Either return it, pay it forward, give it to somebody who can use it if it's unopened, or, pitch it, because it's doing you no good sitting on the shelf. That's the deal about supplements. You have to actually take them. It makes sense. Put it in your mouth or it won't work. How do you expect it to work if it's sitting on a shelf? So anyway, supplements. I mean, I've used them for many years. I know many people who use them. I am well connected to the health and wellness field, naturopaths and etc. People are very, very, very good at what they do. And I'm happy to ask them the question for you if you need me to. I'd be happy to do that. With regard to supplements, okay? Take care. Till next time.